Friends, we are at 41 episode of hashtag success sauce, hashtag interview torpedo 2.13. That is chapter 2, part 13. Here I would again reiterate that please like, share, and subscribe. And then you will be able to find it out on YouTube when new episode comes up for your attention. And I again mention to you that for me, interview is an interaction between two persons. And here I am going to talk to you about interactions between two persons. That means interaction in life to go ahead. And example is when we had joined engineering college, all of us were very scared about ragging. We heard so many things about ragging, but none of us knew what is going to happen. So after a few days, we were looking around that seniors are also watching us and what will they do to us. And first year students are not united, whereas senior means second year students are all united together. First year students, we have just come, we hardly know each other's name, far less other details. So what I had thought was to escape ragging. 4 o'clock the class will be over. We come to the hostel by around 4:30, have our snacks and tea up by 5 o'clock, and 5:15, three of us will be out of the hostel, moving around in the Shipur colony just for nothing, just to waste time, just to while away time, so that we would come back to hostel at the dinner time and hoping that the ragging whatsoever will be over by that time. And it continued for about 3 weeks. So no problem. We thought we have won over the ragging, but alas, it is not. They were busy about their exam, monthly exam. That monthly exam was over, and then sample ragging started. What was it? Suddenly, we were 4 in a room in the first year. All of us were called upstairs, second floor, to our senior's room. And first was a friend of mine who was told to stand up on the table. It is an iron table. So he stood up, and then they said, "What is your name?" He gave his name. Then they shouted at the top of their voice to unnerve us. "No, you say you are Vaijayanti Mala." Vaijayanti Mala was those days top class heroine. And he was refusing to say that. Again, when they shouted even larger, he got unnerved and he said his name is Vaijayantimala. And then they all laughed aloud that you are going to be an engineer and you will say what others will tell you. All that had happened. Then the next was another friend of mine who is a good singer. So he was told that you have to sing a song. He said, "Yes, I am ready, but not Bengali song. You have to sing English song." He said, "I know one or two I can sing." He said, "No, not your known English song." here is the chemistry book, and you open any page. So he opened page 306. He said, page 306, first paragraph will be sung by your senior. There are 6 lines. 6 lines he will give his own tune and he will sing. So senior sung with his own tune, and then my friend was told, you sing the next 6 lines either in the same tune or your own tune. And my friend was perspiring like hell. How to sing lines of a chemistry book, and that too in a tune just sung by his senior. Somehow he tried and failed, and it took quite some time. They all laughed about it and all that. Then my turn came. He said, yes, now it is your turn. I smilingly said, is it not enough for today? I can be your subject for tomorrow. Tomorrow also you have to rag us. I said, absolutely right. You have said right thing. Okay, we postpone your ragging for tomorrow. So I escaped ragging. So you have to sometimes live by the day, wait for tomorrow, whatever comes. And then next day, it was the order of seniors that odd dress. In the odd dress, we have to go to the dining hall with pajama and full shirt, and on the breast pockets, you have to have full length pencils, 3 pencils, absolutely sharp, so that if you bend, it will pierce through your chin and throat. So that was the kind of situation. All of us hardly could bend while eating. That was the kind of ragging next day. So here what I was telling, that your presence of mind and your ability to get across to the other person that yes, I am there. You don't have to chase me. I'll be there for your ragging purpose. And then during second year, we were in another hostel, and time was ripe for ragging the first year boys. And those days there were hardly any telephone calls or telephones or anything in between the hostels. Mobile out of question. I am talking of 1960. So the system followed was that somebody will move on a cycle with a cheat that start. So from the farthest hostel, he will go on distributing that cheat start to the nearest hostel, and the ragging will start all of a sudden, all across. And suddenly ragging was in full steam, and then suddenly I had watched from my second floor veranda that most likely our principal has come, and we were absolutely scared of our principal. So we could see from the window panes that he has gone to the hostel in the front and asking boys that you pack up and go home, pack up and go home. And thereafter he was coming towards our hostel, and all of us didn't know what to do. I was the once thought that, okay, let me open the book, pose as if I am studying. No, let me pose as if I am sleeping. So we were not able to make up our mind what to do. And then he walked into our hostel, and suddenly the message came that principal is calling all of us in the dining room. We were going very slowly towards the staircase. Halfway to the staircase, we had gone down, and suddenly there was a force upwards. All the students are coming upwards. So we also went from second floor to third floor. Then we came to know what he did was he was impatient that the boys are coming very slowly. He said, "Come down!" And as soon as I said, "Come down," they, out of fear, they went upstairs and pushed us upstairs. After that, we had come there near the dining hall, and he looked at all of us and said, "I had told you that there is no ragging, and still you are doing ragging to new students, and there is so much of noise. There are staff quarters around, elderly persons are there. They will have heart problems and others because of the noise if they cannot sleep well. So what I do is I send you to prison for one day, and your career will have a spot that one day in prison. You will be an engineer, but with one day in prison." All of us were very scared. Then we'll not get any job if we get that black dot on our career. He said, "Look around. There are 3-4 police vans around, and now what do I do? I found I am at the gaze of principal straight away. So I slowly went behind a hefty friend of ours, Muhammad Ali Yunus, and hid myself from his gaze. And just as I said, he picked up Muhammad Ali Yunus. "Now you come, go to the police van." And then I was absolutely scared. Now it's my turn. At that time, our superintendent had requested principal that kindly excuse my boys. They will not do it once again. Kindly excuse. Their career will be spoiled if there is one blot that they have spent one night in the prison. So very reluctantly he said, "Are you promising that nothing will happen like this next year and or this year any other day?" We all said unanimously that nothing will happen. Then he said, "Okay, I leave you for this time. Next time it will not be so." Thereafter was another incident at our hostel at Mcdonald when we were in the 4th year. And what had happened was that we had to do some workshop items. So everybody got different items, and turning machine, lathe machine, does turning of various items. Some had got iron rod which gave iron filings, and some others got brass filings. So brass filings from brass jaw. And the subsequent story is so nice and funny. I'll tell you next episode. Thank you.